Hey guys, Ken's97Stow171 back with another ATS video. Built a new truck and some trailers, a grain hauler, and actually I have several of them now. Did some test loads just to see how it all worked. Hopefully this goes the same way the last one did when you're hauling grain. Um, so we're going from Emporia, Kansas to Tyler, Texas, about 500 miles. Should have enough hours to get there. Gonna take the job and also have a new truck. Well, Mack R, but this one's got a 12V92 turbo two-stroke in it. Painted the trailer to be pretty similar. So we should. The sound profile on this engine is not exactly perfect. It is a two-stroke, so it's going to sound like it's revving twice as much as it does. I have it in manual mode, just because the auto shifting shifts a little bit low, and really with these two-strokes, you need to rev the shit out of them. Didn't go for the most powerful version. There's two different ones that are available. This one had the best sound, although it's a 12V92, not a 12V71, which is what I really wanted. The 12V71 that I have available to me doesn't sound that great. This one sounds better. So, you can see, it manually loads. Then you got to pull forward. And then it loads the other part. It's about 47,000 pounds, I think. I have a bulk pneumatic trailer, which I drove in real life.
Ready to go.
There we go. Yeah, I drove one of these in real life, a bulk pneumatic. Unfortunately, with that, it doesn't show the loading. I thought it might have the hatches popped and show the loading. It doesn't. You just back into a dock and it loads. So the grain haulers, I don't know about the liquid. I want to try some other trailers. Does that? The weird, see how it does the surging? Like it doesn't quite disengage unless you put it in neutral. I have it in sequential mode. So let's get going. I wanted it to be daylight. Once I get out of the straight stretch here, I'll let the beautiful two-stroke sing a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt because the sequential shifter is on the steering wheel, so I can't really shift when I'm turning. What a beautiful noise. They sound even better in real life. The sound recording on this isn't amazing, and I haven't really found a I'd love to find like a really good authentic recording. Go online, go to YouTube, type in Screamin' Jimmy, Detroit Diesel two-stroke. There's some amazing videos on YouTube where you get to hear how they actually sound. And there's a whole bunch of different kinds of them too. So they all have a slightly different sound profile.
Keep right.
So apparently, if you're used to a four-stroke, shift in early peak torque is at about 1,000 revs or 1,200. It's not how these work. They actually really need to be revved out. When you don't rev them out, they tend to burn oil. A lot of bad stuff happens, actually. Oh, this is an interesting interchange.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
I've never been here before. I did not pick. There's an over 1,000 horsepower version of this engine. I did not pick that one. The sound profile is the same, and with more power, you'll
Exit
spend
now.
less time in each gear. So I thought, you know what? I want to hear it rev up. Too low of a gear, or too tall of a gear. The engine brake does not sound right. But they have an interesting mix of supercharger whine and turbo, because they're both. You want to keep the revs up. Do have realistic fuel consumption turned on now, so that might be interesting. Let's see what our route is. I didn't even look. Okay, so we're basically going right down I-35. Right, basically almost to Dallas. Okay. Across Kansas. We should be able to haul ass most of the way across. Okay. I gotta say, I do love this Mack R series. I did a relatively long drive in a grain hauler with the green one, which has got a cons in it. And the only thing I don't love is that the mirrors are not great. This has the forward mirrors, and they're still really not forward enough for me. Sounds like it's revving like crazy, doesn't it? We're only turning 1600 RPM. Yeah, you really need to be revving these up. That's where they like it. Drive it like you stole it. That's actually the best way to drive the engine. They prefer that. Why did it fucking do that? It's actually bad for them. Obviously, start it, let it warm up. You know, you don't thrash it right away, but there's a great YouTuber. I think it's Old Two Stroker. He goes around the country and finds old Detroit two strokes and revives them. It's amazing. Sometimes they start right up after sitting for decades. Other times they need to, they'll start and run, but they obviously aren't running right. But they're all mechanical. There's no electronics at all. Mechanical fuel rack. This is sort of like the big straight piped four strokes. I love how these sound. Would I want to listen to one all day? Maybe not. I think the high frequency sound would eventually get annoying. And like I said, the sound profile on this is not exactly correct. They actually sound better than this in real life. They made all sorts of varieties of these engines. Sounds like it's going to explode. Probably could go taller on the gearing, because I'm pretty easily able to start up in fourth gear here. Pretty heavy, 81,000 pounds. Yeah. So I probably ought to go taller on the gearing, actually. Let's do an exterior. That was fun. That was fun. This is a really, really nice truck to drive, actually. It's easy to drive. My only complaint is that those mirrors are not amazing. And those are the forward mirrors. The other ones are like right there, which suck. This is a mod for forward mirrors. I actually wouldn't mind them to be even farther forward than that. What I might want to do is actually put the hood mirrors on this truck and try that out. Maybe they would help fill in the visual gap a little bit. The other thing you might be able to do is sit a little farther back in the cabin. Put the head of the Mack emblem on the front of the hood there. Put that right at the right edge of the road. Got a nice marker for lane keeping. Ride's surprisingly good. There's a lot of these Mack R's that are still around. A lot of them are used on farms, hauling grain. They're exceptionally good for that. Good workhorses. I was gonna say might be able to go to a taller gear on this, but I don't know. I mean, I'm starting off in fourth, weighing 80,000. I guess the issue would be you really don't need that in this truck. There's a really nice iPad right there, navigation. I wish that was available in all the other trucks, but I haven't found it. Gonna have to look and see if there are any newer, two-stroke packs available. I don't know. There have been a lot of sound packs made for these over the years, but when I look on the forums and I look online, they're all for older versions. A little questionable. Although there's one I downloaded last night that I haven't unpacked yet to see how that would affect it. Probably should have done that before I put this truck together. Went out on the road with it. maybe the next video we'll try that. I don't know if it would affect these engines or if it's entirely different engine pack. I really don't know. Sometimes I really think I want to turn off the radar cruise because it do that. You know, this car just a little too close and pull. Let's just go the speed limit, guys. This engine will make you want to speed. Hey, look, there's another Mack R. I think. Nope, wrong. I put together a Mack Pinnacle, which is sort of a newer version of this truck. Unfortunately, the engine options available in it weren't great. Best was a 12.7 liter Detroit, and it's pretty slow. I really didn't love it. I think I like this truck better. It's a lot quieter. Just felt a little underpowered. But it is a stock truck available in the game, whereas this Mack R is a mod. But it's a mod that's been around for a while. So, what a beautiful truck, man! It really is. Surprising how much I enjoy driving this truck. The only thing is the headlights absolutely suck ass, and it doesn't really matter. I've put a bull bar on my green one with 10,000 lights on it. It doesn't really help because they're not fog lights. They only come on when the high beams are on, and when the high beams come on, you can see great. But the visibility is all to the front. It's very dark out to the sides, and on the low beam, the distance just sucks. It's really bad. That's my only major complaint with this truck is that the headlights are terrible. And there's not a lot I seemingly can do about it. So after this video, maybe I'll see about unpacking that sound pack and see if it makes any difference. Wow, really? Boy, the navigation is really slow on the uptake. Let me see something real quick. Oh, okay, so we're running back roads across. That's pretty fucking stupid. It actually would have been better to stay on I-35 to I-30 and go down that way. Why the hell would you? It's the same distance, basically. It doesn't make any fucking sense why you would do that. It's too late now. Um, One thing I've noticed is the fuel consumption. We've used half a tank of fuel, and this truck does not have small fuel tanks. It's got like 260-gallon fuel tank. Yeah, it's 10th, way too low. The reason I went to manual mode on this was so that you can do the half splits on the gears. It drops about 500 revs or 800, whatever the split is. You really want to try to keep the revs up on these. It's not like a modern four-stroke where you can really lug them down. It's not a superior engine, other than it sounds glorious, and they are exceptionally reliable when well taken care of. You probably heard one if you've ever heard an older Greyhound bus. That Greyhound bus sound. Those were inline six-cylinder two-stroke diesels from Detroit. Well, maybe this is a good way to go. It's basically freeway. See, the radar cruise freaked it out right there and dipped out of the throttle. When you know that car is going to continue to pull away from you. I came way out too. camera angle. Start out first, which is ridiculous. Oh, we got to get over. Oh, you can look left and right from the overhead view. I didn't notice that. This is going to be overkill. Start off in second. I heard the navigation talk, but I didn't know what it said. Didn't know what it said. No, it says turn left here. Boy, the navigation is doing some weird shit.
And then turn left. Turn left.
it literally was saying finding new route. It's like, I don't know, man. Weird shit. I don't understand. Like, red light, who the fuck is going? They got the green light. Now they got the green light. The hell? I matched the color pretty good on the truck. Fuck you guys. I think I might have missed the green light while I was fucking around there.
Keep right.
You can hear the turbos in the background there when it's not screaming. So the superchargers are required to make the engine run. They force air through the engine. They come through ports in the side of the cylinders. So when the piston goes down, those ports are uncovered. The pressure from the blower blows air in at the same time the exhaust valves
Get ready.
are
Turn
open
right.
on the top of the cylinder head, blowing the exhaust out along with the heat from combustion.
Turn right.
So the piston goes down, uncovers the ports, air blows in, exhaust valves open at the same time up top, hot air goes out, fresh air goes in, the exhaust valves close, the piston goes up, compresses, fuel is injected, boom, piston goes down, uncovers the port. So that's how it works. It's not a two-stroke like a weed whacker. It has its own oil pump. It doesn't burn oil as part of the lubrication combustion process. Where are we going?
Please make a U-turn when possible.
No, I'm going right where the fucking navigation says to go to. There might be a load to pick up here, actually, which would be kind of
Here
cool.
we are. Safe and sound.
Okay, 90 XP. Gonna be over that way. Oh, that's fun. You know, if you'd extend your fucking parking lot out to there and not have a concrete block, people could park. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. And see, one thing I don't like is you can't see like around the factory to see, can I go straight and go around the back? You don't know. Let's try it though. Worst case, it'll give us a place to turn around. Starting to yawn. Yes, we can. Oh, well, should have been looking. Ran into the fucking forklift right there. Is that a guy standing there? That is a worker sitting there. All right, guys, that'll be the end of this one. All right. I guess you could go right into here. We'll be done here. I'll take a look. Gonna have to take a sleep break anyway, or I'll turn the thing off. All right, guys, that'll be it for this trip. You guys have a wonderful day. Ken 97 Stowe 171 signing off.